Time now for sports on 104.7 The Cave. Here's Ned Reynolds.
Mike, the intern Ned Reynolds in the studio on a Thursday morning. We are just getting started in the NBA playoffs. We had a winner last night. Who was it?
We had two of them. The Chicago Bulls and the Toronto Raptors played a play-in game, and the Bulls got the win in something of an upset. Oklahoma City Thunder and the New Orleans Pelicans also playing. Now, the losers in these games, the Raptors and the Pelicans, are both finished. Their season is done. So the Bulls and the Thunder get a chance to play again, and again is tomorrow night. The Bulls will play the loser, and this is the way this works in the NBA. The loser from Tuesday night, the Bulls play the Miami Heat, and the Thunder will play the Minnesota Timberwolves, and those games will be tomorrow night, and the winners of that, they go on to play Sunday in the playoffs. The NBA playoffs actually begin on Saturday. These are the play-in round games. It's pretty complicated and rather convoluted at the best, but that is how it's going to work, and two teams will emerge from that to get into the playoffs.
And it's almost as if all the major leagues are following each other, and let's get as many guys into the playoffs as we can possibly put in there.
Means money.
I know. A little bit longer of a situation. Same could be said about hockey. Even though St. Louis Blues are definitely going nowhere near that Stanley Cup.
Well, when they play again, which I believe is tonight, they'll lace on the skates and that's it, because their season is done. They are not in the Stanley Cup playoffs. The playoffs, and that's a marathon playoffs that they have in the Stanley Cup, begins on Monday. It will continue right on through until probably late May, early June, when the Stanley Cup will be presented to whatever team happens to win it this year. The Colorado Avalanche are the defending champions, but we'll see what happens. There's a long way to go. Everybody thinks it'll be the Boston Bruins. Why not? They just set an NHL record for wins and points, so you would have to think they're the odds-on favorite to win it, and I'm one of them. I think they will, too.
Thinking of Boston, guys, it's really become a game of speed because all those teams you mentioned are extremely fast. And it's scary to see the St. Louis Blues not going to the Stanley Cup playoffs. But there's always next year. We'll see what happens in that front office. Last but not least, the local college baseball teams are going to be, are they here or on the road this weekend?
Well, it's 1-1. The Missouri State Bears are on the road. They're going to Chicago to play UIC, University of Illinois, Chicago. First time these teams have played in many, many years. But they will. 3-game series. UIC is now in the Missouri Valley Conference. So it's a 3-game set. Bears hope to rebound from that 10-1 loss to Mizzou the other night. Drury plays at the U.S. Ballpark in Ozark. It's a 4-game series against Truman State. That's a single game Friday, single game Sunday, doubleheader Saturday. Should be some pretty good games. Drury's playing a little bit better. Truman State, pretty good foe for them in a conference circumstance. So both the Bears and Drury have conference games this weekend.
So the Cardinals still in Colorado yesterday. It was an afternoon game. And it just comes back to that one thing we've been talking about since the regular season started, pitching. How many pitching changes they go through yesterday?
They went through a bunch of them, but they did get the win. And as Oliver Marmol, their manager, says, when this team clicks, then they're pretty good. Well, that really can be said for any of these major league teams when they get things together. We've talked about this with the Cardinals. Beat the Rockies 7-4 to take 2 out of 3 in that series. But little deja vu all over again. Here's Nolan Gorman, who won the game the other night, 9-6 with a leadoff home run in the 9th inning. He hits another tiebreaker homer yesterday to key that 7-4 win. So the Cardinals come away with 2 out of 3, home tonight in St. Louis to play the Pittsburgh Pirates. The Royals and the Texas Rangers. Boy, when Kansas City's been in a slump, folks. They haven't started the season very well, but when they break out of it, they can really do some damage, and they did. Beat the Texas Rangers 10-1, and for a change, they got some pretty good pitching from Brad Keller, but they also got hitting. Bobby Witt Jr., 3 for 5. M.J. Melendez had 3 RBIs, and that contributed mightily to the cause. 10-1. The Kansas City Royals get the win. Who knows? Maybe this will ignite big things for them.
Be nice to see it. I really like that Bobby Witt Jr. kid, though. I remember when he would play down here against the Springfield Cardinals. He did some good stuff, and I think he might be the future of the Royals team. We'll see what happens there. Speaking of the Springfield Cardinals, what's the deal?
They're not starting very well. 1 win, 4 losses to begin the season. Of course, they have begun a week later than the major league teams. Cardinals were beaten yesterday by the Arkansas Travelers 12-3 in a day game down in North Little Rock. They'll play again tonight under the lights. But Springfield's got to get things together. They've got to combine. They're the same as the St. Louis Cardinals. When they're not together, well, bad things are going to happen. When they are together, well, this team can probably present some pretty good offense. But right now, they're not. Beaten yesterday 12-3. Springbirds 1-4 play again tonight.
Of course, we just got through the Masters. Do the pro golfers get right back on the horse this weekend?
Some do. The Masters is a very tough psychologically and physical event for many of these golfers because Augusta National is a very hilly and tough course to walk. So here's John Rahm, comes away with the win, 12 under par, 4-stroke victory. He thought to himself, do I bow out of the tournament this week? I'm tired. I need a break. I've won big money here. I'm the Masters winner this year. Do I? I made a commitment. He's going to honor that commitment. I love it, and it's a great move on his part. He may be fatigued, but he's also young, and he's very strong. So he will play in this week's tournament, which begins today. It's the Heritage Classic at Hilton Head, South Carolina. And interestingly enough, the winner of this tournament also is presented with the championship jacket, just like they do at the Masters. But we'll see, is Rahm capable of doing that? You bet your life. This guy's been really playing some great golf. So we'll see what happens.
Really has been another opportunity for you to lay some chocolate chips down on him this weekend. Ned, you have a great day, and I will see you tomorrow.